Malakas ba ang resistensya mo? Mag-Centrum Advance. May triple immunity protection. Tulong para malakas ang resistensya at buong katawan. Mag-Centrum Advance.
Hi everyone, today I want to talk through all the types of mollies I know about. There are common ones that most people know about and I've seen in fish stores. There are also many rare colors and types found in nature that you likely do not know about. I wanted to provide an updated list on the varieties you might want to look for when considering your next molly. Before we start the list, I want to give you some quick background. There are many variations and combinations of molly types and colors, so I broke this list into two sections. The first list describes specific types. So these differ by scientific name, body shape, or tail shape. Then next, decided to list color variations. I had a lot of fun researching all the types, and so I hope others enjoy this detailed list. Anyway, let's get into it. The first one here is the common molly. So some other common names are either short-fin molly or regular molly. And these are the mollies most commonly found in chain stores. So if you see it, just named blank molly, so black molly, silver molly, Dalmatian molly, you can assume it's common. The origin is the most common to Mexico. They're going to be the most common molly you can find. Care level is easy. The size to get to is about 3 inches. They'll live between 3 to 5 years on average, and they'll cost you anywhere from $4 to $10 on average. For pH, you'll want a pH of 7.0 to 8.5, a temperature of 68 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and a hardness of about 15 to 30 degrees general hardness. Next is balloon molly. So some of the common names are balloon belly molly or short body molly. For the origin, they're a captive bred species, and the name comes from their body shape. Overall, they're very common. You can find them in local fish stores, chain stores, and all sorts of sources online. For their size, on average, they'll get to 3 inches, and the care level and parameters is very much similar as common. The lifespan is a little shorter, on average 1.5 to 2 years, but 4 is definitely possible. And this is because they're more likely to get disease due to their shape. These mollies will cost you slightly more, on average $5 to $10. Next up, we have the lyre tail molly. So this is a tail morph of the common molly. Another common name could be a veil tail molly. I would expect most in sources that it'd be captive bred, although sources do report it found in nature, for example in southern United States, Mexico, and Guatemala. As far as rarity, they're again very common. Generally, they'll get up to 5 inches, although 3 inches is possible depending on the color. The care level parameters are the same as common molly, and the cost is slightly more than common molly. You can expect $5 to $10 on average. Now we're going to talk about the sailfin molly. So this is mostly common in North America, from North Carolina to Texas, also popular in Florida, and also in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It's pretty common, but less than the prior ones we talked about. On average, it can get to 5 to 6 inches, with 5 being most common. The care level and parameters are the same as a common molly. For cost, you're looking at a little bit more, around $5 to $15 on average, but if there are large or rare colors, you could probably see them for $20 to $30. One note is this molly will definitely take a larger tank size. I'd say 20 gallons minimum, but really you want a 29 gallon or larger tank for this type of molly. And males are definitely the stars of this variety. They're sailfin that pops when they're trying to breed with a female. I could definitely see just keeping all males in the tank. Next we have the giant sailfin molly. This is also called the Yucatan molly, and more commonly I've seen that online. The origin is mostly from southern Mexico, and as far as rarity, they are pretty rare. The care level I'm going to put as moderate to difficult, more so than other mollies at least. Hardened alkaline water is more important. As far as temperature, it's reported from 72 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 22 to 28 Celsius. The minimum is higher than the other mollies we talked about. For size, 6 to 7 inches is common, with females being larger. And cost, there is limited data, but I'd expect anywhere from $5 to $30. And again, you'll want a larger tank, just like the sailfin molly. Really 29 gallons plus is almost required for this species. Going on to the opposite side of the spectrum, we have the dwarf molly. Another common name is the mini Molly. The origin is in North America, Mexico being most common. It's pretty rare. I couldn't find any sources online selling it. For size, it gets to between 1.5 to 2 inches. The temperature and pH recommendations are slightly different from common mollies, with the pH being from 6.5 to 7.5, temperature from 72 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Cost, again, there was limited data. I found one out-of-stock site for $5, so I'd guess anywhere from $5 to $30. And usually they're in the natural color, which is dark silver or grayish. Next, we have the Amazon Molly. So this originates from Mexico and Texas. I am surprised it's not in South America given the name. As far as rarity, it's rare again, and most of the upcoming species will be. The size is between 2 to 4 inches, with 2.5 inches being most common. Very limited data on care parameters, so I recommend you follow the common molly care, ideally on the hard or alkaline side. Lifespan is between 2 and 5 years, and I couldn't find much data on the cost.
Ipinakikilala ang new Maggie Gaddy Noodles. Made with 12 signature Asian spices. Aking kari na tumatapit sa kakaibang Malaysian-style noodles. Tikman ang aromalicious. Aking kari. Ang pangkari sarap. Aking kari. Nasuwas.
For color, they're usually a shimmering platinum. The Atlantic Molly. So other common names are shortfin, and this is a different scientific name from the common molly that can also be called shortfin, or the cave molly. They originate from Guatemala and Mexico. Again, they'll be rare. Size will average between 2 to 4 inches, although some sources say only 1.6 or 2.4 inches. The pH will be 7 to 7.5 in its natural habitat, but I'd guess up to 8.5 would be alright if you acclimate it well. Temperature will be 68 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and the cost will be between $3 to $10, although I did only find that from a single source. Next, we have the Liberty Molly. The origin is from El Salvador. It is very rare, but it is more common than some of the prior types we just talked about. I did find multiple online listings, although almost all of them are not in stock. I'd say care level is moderate, just because you need to know more about this molly than other species. It's less captive bred and is known to be semi-aggressive and a fin nipper. On average, it gets to 2 to 3 inches, and again, the other care is similar to common. As far as cost, there's limited data, but I have found some sources that were listing it for $10. And as far as color, it's silvery with blue and orange specks. The fins can be black, blue, red, or yellow, with the males showing more color overall. Next up, we have the Costa Rican Molly. The origin is from Central America, Costa Rican being most common. It's going to be a rare molly, and the size anywhere from 3 to 4.5 inches on average. The care is likely going to be similar to common, but limited data exists on that. I couldn't find any online vendors, so I don't have any details on the cost. And as far as color, it's usually a silvery green with spots on its fins. Next, we have the Pacific Molly. Another common name is the Mexican Molly. The origin is from Mexico to Panama, and it again is going to be pretty rare, and the size it's going to get to on average is 3 to 4 inches. Care will likely be similar to common, but again limited data on this type of molly. There's a wide variety in color for this species, usually a mix of silver black and yellow orange, and there is more color on males. The Piton Molly, I have to look up how to pronounce that. So it's a variety of a sailfin molly that originates from southeastern Mexico, Central America, most commonly Belize and Guatemala. It's rare, and I didn't find any online vendors. On average, it gets to 4 to 5 inches, and care is likely similar to a sailfin molly. As far as natural color, it has a gray-brown. The Cauca Molly. The other common names are the South American Molly. It originates from Panama, Venezuela, and Colombia. It's again going to be rare, with males only getting to 1.2 inches and females getting to 2.4 inches on average. Care is going to be similar to common, but again limited data. I did find one for sale for $4, so I guess the range would likely be from $3 to $10. As far as look, they're silver with some blue sheen, and they kind of look similar to a guppy in my opinion. The Balasat's Molly. Another common name is the Malin's Molly. originates from Guerrero, Mexico. It's going to be rare with an average size of 3 to 4 inches, and I did find a pH and temperature that's different from a common molly, with the recommended pH from 7 to 7.8, the temperature from 78 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Could not find any online vendors, and as far as natural color, it's a short fin molly with a silvery color. Mangrove molly originates from Central America in the range from southern Mexico to northern Honduras and Colombia. It's going to be rare with an average size of 3 inches and care likely similar to a common molly. Again, no online vendors, but the natural color of it is silver with faint orange spots on the side. Catamaco molly originates from Veracruz, Mexico. It's again going to be rare with a size on average of 4 inches. I did find parameters listed online that differ from common molly, with the pH being from 7.2 to 8.2, temperature from 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, hardness from 6 to 30 degrees general hardness. And as far as looks, it's a short fin molly with a brownish tan color. Now we're going on to the next section. So that was all the types of mollies that differ by either scientific name or body type or fin type. So a lot of them were mollies found in nature. The first few we named, that being the regular molly, blue molly, wire tail molly, and sailfin molly. Those are the most common ones you'll find in stores, and those are the most common ones you'll find a lot of different colors of. So now I did want to go through different color variations of mollies, and we're going to start off with the black molly. So the color is full black, or sometimes a little yellow on the edge of the fins. It's very common. You'll find it in almost any store, including local fish stores and chain stores. It's known to be on any of the common types, that being a regular molly, balloon, wire tail, sailfin, or even combinations of the different tails. Next we have the Dalmatian molly. So as far as the color, it's going to be a white body with black spots throughout it. Sometimes there can be red, gold, orange, or gray spots mixed in. So again, going to be very common, with it found at chain stores and often local fish stores. And again, it can be in any known captive bred type. Then we go on to silver mollies. So it does have a few other common names, platinum and white mollies. They could differ, you could see both at a store, but generally they seem to be the same and look the same, so I grouped them all together. Color and pattern is all white, and it usually has a nice shiny look or a sheen to it. As far as rarity, it's very common, and again, it can be for all captive bred types. Now we have wild mollies. So a lot of the types listed in the first section are different natural types of mollies. A lot of them will have a natural color, so I'm calling that the wild color. Generally, that's going to be gray, bronze, tan, or even sometimes silver. And as far as rarity, it's not as common in the store. It's mostly common in nature, and it's not going to be as sought out of because the fish aren't going to look as stunning, so probably doesn't sell as well in stores, is my guess.